What's going on? You already know what it is. It's your boy Kid from CT coming at you. Want to thank you so much for hitting that play button. If you like the content you see on my page, definitely hit that thumbs up. And if you hit that thumbs down, that's okay too. That just lets me know that I need to get better with my content to make it better for the viewers. You guys, you are what means the most to me. Ladies and gentlemen, I just want to continue to give you the best information I possibly can. Now, that out the way, I'm not going to sit here and beg for you guys to subscribe or hit the thumb like button. That's not my style. I just want to get right to the content for you. That being said, E3 is over, done with. And what has it left us? Yeah, it's left us wanting. Yeah, we've been left wanting. Now, that being said, we're going to cover a couple of the games that I'm looking forward to. Definitely going to cover a lot of Switch and Xbox One. Definitely want to give you some of my favorites, and I'm going to put some honorable mentions at the end for some games that actually didn't really get too much light at E3, which is surprising. So if anything, leave a comment at the bottom of some games that you're looking forward to, and definitely games that you want me to review in the future. Definitely stay tuned to my live streams. I'm going to try to do those on Mondays and on Sundays and try to mix them into Saturdays. You know, got to have the life. But want to get right into it. Let's get it.
Death by our hands is not an honor they have earned.
Now this is Marvel's Ultimate Alliance coming out on the Nintendo Switch July 19th, 2019. Now, the one thing I love about this game is going to host a ton of Marvel superheroes from Guardians of the Galaxy, the Avengers, X-Men, and plenty more. Now, when they mean assemble your team, this is going to be legit the most ultimate teams of superheroes that you can assemble in the Marvel Universe, which each of them having unique powers. Now, the storyline is going to be pretty much like so. You're going to be battling Thanos and the Black Order across the Marvel Universe in an original story, so that's going to be fun to know. Local online multiplayer, you know, that's one thing that's going to be fun, up to 4 players, so that's going to be amazing on a single screen. So it's going to be fun to see how it's going to handle all that kind of motion. Hopefully we get 60 frames per second. Now, they are going to have DLC packs you can retrieve and get when they get the game. They're going to have Fantastic Four, X-Men, Marvel Knights, so it's going to be an array of a few. Now, in the next few shots, I'm going to show you the full cast and full list of who's going to be in the Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, the Black Order, as well as some still shots of a lot of the detail of the superheroes that are going to be in there. To me personally, that was something I really wanted to see. I want to see the contrast, the detail in which how they're going to really go about the game. Just seeing how the Avengers game that's being made under Square Enix, they gotten some mixed reviews on how they look. I personally think that's going to take a whole new avenue, but we'll get to that later in the video. But here's a couple still shots of most of the superheroes they're going to be in the game, as well as a full list. And take a look and, you know, see what you like the most, and, you know, leave a comment on which superhero is really the one that you're going to pretty much team up and force together. And I would love to hear the combinations. Now the trailer here is for Breath of the Wild Zelda. If any of you guys haven't seen it yet, definitely a crazy trailer. When this came out in E3, everybody went nuts. But a lot of questions were arised when this trailer came out. When you do witness the trailer, you constantly see Link with Zelda a majority of the trailer. Now, the one thing that stood out in my mind, are you going to be able to play as Zelda? Is Zelda a playable character? So those are questions that are yet answered. But the one thing about this game that came about was that most of this was supposed to be DLCs. But the creators and developers said they had so many ideas for DLCs that they said it was better off just making a sequel to the game. Definitely not mad about that. But this is one of the few trailers that everybody went literally jaw on the ground, went crazy when this trailer came out. But definitely, if you know anything more, any information about the new Zelda that they're going to be making, definitely leave a comment at the bottom. Definitely let the community know. Definitely want to know anything else about this game. Now this is the Pokemon E3 trailer for Pokemon Sword and Shield that will be released on November 15th, 2019. Again, it'll be the later 4th quarter of the year. Now, I was very excited when I first saw the first trailer. Now, me personally, I was a little taken back because, again, it's a newer Pokemon. You got to kind of develop that new connection with them. And besides the connection with the Pokemon, I wanted to really see how this role-playing version of this game would go. Again, they did come out with a first generation Pokemon for the Nintendo Switch. Now that's one of the few games that either you can choose to go with Pikachu or Eevee. I chose the Pikachu, obviously. Now this game is all about the aspect of battling. It's just more labyrinth, meaning that the gyms in these games are meant to be held in an arena, like a coliseum type of venue, and they basically have the ability to take a certain Pokemon again and make it humongous. A Dino Pokemon is what it's called. Now, me personally, I'm excited to see how that strategy will develop when you're actually playing into a battle. The one thing that I did get taken back from doing research about the game, it will not have every single Pokemon, but again, we are in the thousands when it comes to Pokemon, so obviously you cannot fit every Pokemon into this game, let alone mostly any game that's going to be coming out from now to the future. Now, one thing the game is going to have is you're going to be able to do raids with your friends. I want to really see how that's going to be when it comes to being in a raid with your friend, because is everyone in the raid able to get that Pokemon? Like in the trailer, they show Raichu fighting Gyarados. And what takes me back is everyone going to be able to obtain Gyarados when you're actually doing the raids? So that was one thing that kind of sparked my mind. I was like, man, I hope everyone is going to be able to get this, not just one person. Nevertheless, at the end of the day, the one thing that took me to an exciting level was just the animation in which they took this game. I mean, you can tell that they've done a lot of detail into this game. So it's going to be fun to really see how this all comes about and comes together in one. But the region looks amazing, the detail looks amazing. I really truly can't wait to get my hands on this game. Now, if you haven't seen this trailer, this is the trailer for the Marvel's Avengers, coming out in May 15th, 2020. Now this game is going to be coming on PC, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and Google's new Stadia. Now, Crystal Dynamics is going to be definitely spearheading the storyline in this, and we all know from their actions of rejuvenated Tomb Raider games, they definitely could bring action to the gaming world, especially their platformer games. Now, one thing that really, strikes me is that the Avengers don't look quite like the Avengers that we're used to on the big screen, but I think that is more or less, this is my take on it. When we first watched the first Avenger, or let alone we'll say the first Iron Man movie, which started this whole cinematic universe, again, Iron Man did not look like he does in the final of Endgame. So what I see as me being, a very kind of not, I don't want to say imaginative person, but as someone that could look into things and see things into the future in a sense, I see that this is just kind of like their arc story. This is their first game. I'm sure there's going to be plenty more of these Avenger games coming out, and I see this just as their footprint, their first step into really producing the looks of these characters. And there's going to be so much microtransactions on this game that's going to give you different clothing and stuff like that. You can go with it. This has already been confirmed. So me personally, this is not a final view of their look. This is just their beginning look, if that makes sense. But I'm still excited to see how this game is going to come about, what it's going to be for multiple years to come in terms of how this game is going to be coming out. I'm very excited in terms of what avenue they're taking this game. It's going to have a great storyline. Now, I do see one thing that kind of, I didn't want to say rub me wrong, but just seeing how Iron Man was really kind of like the captain saying, all right, Tony, Thor, check this out. I didn't really see that a lot in the movies. It was more like Iron Man kind of controlled the team with a little bit of help from Captain. Maybe Captain had a stronger say in the movies, but it was just a little bit, I don't want to say shell shocked, but it was just a little bit, I can say shocked. Yeah, I was pretty shocked. But definitely I'm excited to see how these characters are going to develop in the game and how things transcend to a different level of the game when they start producing multiple games for this. But overall, I am not disappointed with the look of the characters. I'm excited to see how they can grow and develop as the years to come. But I'm super excited the way this game looks. Cannot wait. Definitely leave comments on the bottom and tell me how you feel about it. Do you like the looks? Is this something that you're excited about? Definitely want to hear what you think. Well, thank you for sticking to the end of the video. I didn't want to make this video too long. I did have a couple other clips of trailers that I want to kind of elaborate more on how I feel about it and talk about it, but I did not want to make this video into a 15 or 20-minute video, which is probably getting close to that number. So I kind of wanted to just make it a short conversation, short chat, so you guys can engage with me, talk to me, tell me how you feel about certain games. If I didn't cover a certain game you wanted, definitely let me know. But I'm gonna leave some honorable mentions in terms of games that I personally thought should have been mentioned, or at least the trailer should have been brought on E3. The one that I was hoping to see a trailer on was Elder Scrolls 6. Didn't see anything about that. That was like completely like a ghost. So that was a little surprising. The Last of Us Part 2, I never owned a PlayStation until maybe about a year ago, and I tell you, I bought Last of Us and I love that game. So I thought maybe we would at least get a trailer or some information about it. Not much surfaced, so I was surprised about that. And then Beyond Good and Evil 2, that was one game that the trailer blew me away on the last E3. So when this E3 came around, I thought we were gonna get at least more elaboration, at least probably more in-depth trailer, or at least maybe a smidge of a gameplay, but that didn't happen. But you know, what can you do? Developers are developers. Sometimes they're gonna hold information back or trailers back for whatever reason. Again, I don't know that full business side of things, but definitely was hoping to see a little bit of videos or at least some photos or even a clip of these games. But hopefully we'll get some of that in the future. But definitely want to leave you with this other game that I actually found today, and I'm pretty sure some people's probably heard about it, but I actually just heard about it today myself. I'm gonna leave a trailer on it on the bottom of my page and stuff like that, so you guys can take a look at it. But my friend Pedro has been kind of those games that kind of like is just like Katana. If you guys have a Nintendo Switch, you guys know what I'm talking about. Definitely literally just like that game in terms of the platform and how the battling and the fighting scenes go. But definitely super exciting game that's going to be coming on the Switch. Gonna leave you with a trailer with that so you guys can take a look at it. And like always, I thank you guys so much for staying to the end. I thank you for watching my videos. Thumbs up if you like. Again, thumbs down if it's terrible. Leave a comment, tell me what I could do to make it better, that could be more engaging. Definitely want to hear anything you guys have to say. Thank you so much for sticking to the end. If there's anything I need to say, like always, God bless, game on, and like always, love you. Take care.
I expected to rise by 69 degrees.
So, for today's recipe, you'll first need a well-sharpened knife, but also a big frying pan. Let it cook over an open fire.